What a beautiful day for a commencement. Good afternoon. I would like to welcome the President of the School of Law, Dr. Roy J. Nerschel, honored trustees, honored directors, honored guests, faculty, staff of the law school, university officials, alumni, parents, family members, friends, and last but not least, the graduates to the 2009 commencement exercises at Roger Williams University School of Law. Renee de la Garza will now sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Roger Williams University School of Law has, despite its relative youth, assembled an excellent faculty. They have graduated from the top law schools, clerked for leading state and federal judges, and have had distinguished careers in a broad array of practice settings. Their excellence is manifest in the books they publish and the many articles they place in top law reviews. They also play an important role in the advancement of the rule of law and the related notion of justice both in Rhode Island, on the national and even the international stage. But every single one of them understands in their bones the most important job is the training of the next generation of leaders of the bench and bar. They do this by providing a rigorous, personalized legal education. My faculty colleagues know that the classroom is the foundation, and they every day make real for Roger Williams law students these words from the late dean of my law school. At school, you are not engaged so much in acquiring knowledge as in making mental efforts under criticism. You go to a great school not so much for knowledge as for arts or habits, for the art of expression, for the art of quickly entering into another person's thoughts, for the art of assuming at a moment's notice a new intellectual position, for the habit of submitting to censure and refutation, for the art of indicating assent or dissent in graduated terms, for the habit of regarding minute points of accuracy. You go to a great law school to learn the art of working out what is possible for a given time, for taste, for discrimination, for mental courage, and mental soberness. I would like the faculty here today, some of whom are on stage, some who are seated in the audience, to now stand and accept the appreciation of this commencement crowd for all they have done to launch the careers of the class of 2009. Will the faculty please stand? The journey from law school orientation to law school commencement takes years. It is a journey marked by challenges met and results today, and a dream achieved. We know that few students make the arduous journey to this special day without the help of people outside the halls of the law school. So now is the perfect time to recognize some of the people who provided valuable support to the graduates we honor today. First, of course, it all starts with the parents. I would ask the mothers and stepmothers, fathers and stepfathers of the 2009 graduates to please stand and accept a round of applause for all that you have done to bring them to this day. One of the great safety nets is an extended family, with the siblings, aunts and uncles, great-aunts, cousins, and last but not least, grandparents. Please rise in order to receive thanks for their sacrifices. And finally, many law students are married or otherwise in long-term relationships. And these people provide so much support for the law student. Would all the spouses, common law or otherwise, plus their children, please stand and accept the grateful applause. At this point, I would like to mark a signal event in the history of our young school. Commencement 2009 marks the first time that an RWU Law graduate has a parent who is also an RWU Law graduate. I ask that Carly Sokol, class of 2009, please rise along with her dad, Mark Sokol, class of 2000, and receive the applause. Carly? Over the past 5.5 years, I have worked with the university CEO who is a leader of great energy and vision. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Dr. Roy J. Nerschel, president of both Roger Williams University School of Law and Roger Williams University. Dr. Nerschel.
I want to thank, first of all, Dean Logan for his leadership, a dean I could truly look up to. And members of the dais, and good afternoon and congratulations to the graduating class of 2009, or some of you might call it Survivor Bristol. And I want to give a special shout out to all of you, but particularly to the dozen graduates of this law class who I had the privilege of giving bachelor degrees to 3 years ago. And congratulations to them. We've now run out of degrees to give you. You have to go get a job. So. All of you came and are leaving Roger Williams Law at a time of growth. New faculty, new programs, increased visibility and reputation for the university and the law school. But you also have been here and are leaving during a time of noise, dirt, cranes, steam shovels, blasting caps, and so much more. So in addition to your Juris Doctorate, I'm giving you all a second degree today in construction management because you've had to manage to deal with lots of construction. In the last several years, we've built a new dining commons with food that students could identify and eat, a new global heritage hall nearing completion on campus, some physical improvements to the School of Law, a new entrance, those critically acclaimed fountains, and yes, a parking deck and more parking than anyone could ever imagine. Okay, I guess you could actually imagine a little more parking. But what's really more important than the construction and the complex edifices we built here at Roger Williams is the more complex and important place we've become, and you've all been a big part of that. When you look back at the quality of speakers that have come to this university and law school in your time, the Christopher Hitchens or Doris Kearns Goodwin or Justice Scalia or recently Sarah Weddington. In fact, a semester or so ago, Dean Logan dubbed one term the supreme semester. I like to think that all of your semesters, except perhaps when you were 1Ls, were supreme semesters at Roger Williams. When you look at the quality of the new faculty hired, those who visited here, complementing an already strong faculty, we're in the midst of building something very, very special, and you've all been a part of it. I often say that statistics are not the best measure of quality, and the rankings are not important, except when you're in them. But I wanted to share a few facts. The intellectual production of this faculty in peer-reviewed journals was ranked 4th in New England, and there's lots of law schools in New England. They were just behind Harvard, Yale, Boston College. So what we may lack with endowments or big-time basketball programs, we make up with some very, very smart people doing the heavy lifting of this institution, which is teaching. The bar pass rate in the state and the region was the highest ever. And I know that this class, no pressure, will set the bar, no pun intended, even higher. But what matters most, I like to think, are the values you espouse. Intellectual curiosity, commitment to diversity and inclusive excellence, social justice, a more global perspective. That's what really matters. Those are our values at Roger Williams, and we're proud to share them with you. My only advice is I hope you'll stay involved as an alumnus. Help us recruit other quality students to come to RWU Law in the months and years ahead. If you get a job, when you get a job, hire a Roger Williams graduate or give her or him an internship. If you get a great job, or when you get a great job, make a contribution to the Alumni Fund. You don't have to do it today. And help us grow the loan repayment program that we're funding, the Pro Bono Collaborative, or the Workers' Scholarship. If you get a really great job, endow a chair. We expect, in closing, let me say this, we expect good things from all of you, maybe some great things from some of you. Thanks for being part of a university and a law school on the move, and congratulations to the class of 2009.
Thank you, Dr. Nerschel. The School of Law is indeed fortunate to be able to award honorary degrees today to the Honorable Federico Hernandez Denton, Louise Durfee, Esquire, and the Honorable Jacob Hagopian. I now call upon Dr. Nerschel to present the honorary degrees.
Would Roscoe Howard Esquire from the School of Law Board of Directors please escort the Honorable Jacob Hagopian to the podium? Born in Providence, the Honorable Jacob Hagopian has spent a career in judicial service in both military and civilian courts. During a quarter century in the military, Judge Hagopian served in Korea, Japan, and Germany, qualifying as a parachutist, gliderist, and jump master before retiring as a colonel in 1970. He graduated from the Army's Judge Advocate General School with a concentration in international law. He served in the office of the Judge Advocate General in Washington, D.C. from 1964 until 1968, rising from appellate counsel to become deputy and chief of the Criminal Law Division. He served as an appellate judge at the U.S. Court of Military Review until being appointed a magistrate judge in the U.S. District Court in 1971. Judge Hagopian has also pursued a very successful academic career, teaching at Suffolk University, American University, URI, and the U.S. Naval War College. He's written extensively on topics including the respective roles of state, federal, and military courts. For 17 years, he headed the Roger Williams College Law Center, teaching criminal procedure to law enforcement officers under the auspices of what is now Roger Williams School of Continuing Studies. Judge Hagopian, you have spent a lifetime serving your country and your profession while educating colleagues and community members alike on the law and its proper application. For this, we are honored to award you a Doctor of Laws honoris causa given this 22nd day of May, 2009. Congratulations. Would Roscoe Howard come back out here and please escort Louise Durfee to the podium. Louise Durfee is a trailblazing lawyer and an early champion of legal protections for the environment in Rhode Island. She's past president of Save the Bay, and chaired the task force that, in 1980, recommended the creation of the Narragansett Bay Commission. She was later appointed as the first general counsel of that commission. Attorney Durfee has been active in the Audubon Society when she joined its board of directors in 1970 and still serves on its council of advisors. From 1991 to 1994, Ms. Durfee was the director of the Department of Environmental Management, overseeing programs to protect the air, water, and wetlands of Rhode Island. Attorney Durfee also made a major mark in the private practice of law, serving as partner in firms such as Tillinghast, Collins & Graham, and as partner in the Providence office of Brown Rudnick LLP. She was the first woman ever appointed to Rhode Island's Board of Bar Examiners, and she has served in the state's advisory committee on judicial appointments and the Committee on the Treatment of Women in the Courts. Attorney Durfee, your groundbreaking legal career and your dedication to protecting Rhode Island's natural resources are an inspiration to us all. We are honored to award you this Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, given this 22nd day of May, 2009. Congratulations. Roscoe Howard, now please escort the Honorable Federico Hernandez Denton to the podium. Federico Hernandez Denton is the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Puerto Rico, a position that crowns an extraordinary career in public and academic service. After graduating from Harvard College in 1966 and the Harvard Law School in 1969, Chief Justice Denton began an extraordinary career in academia, serving as general counsel to the president of the University of Puerto Rico, as well as holding several faculty and administrative positions in the University School of Business. He later served as director of the Legal Aid Clinic and then as dean of the Inter-American University School of Law in San Juan. Chief Justice Denton is also a respected and productive scholar, having published often in law reviews and journals. After serving as Secretary of Puerto Rico's Department of Consumer Affairs and on the governing board of the Puerto Rico Bar Association, Chief Justice Denton was appointed Associate Justice of the Puerto Rico Supreme Court in 1985, a position he held until being sworn in as Chief Justice in 2004. The Chief Justice has also served as Chair of the Board of Bar Examiners of Puerto Rico and President of the Commission on Judicial Evaluation. Currently, he's a member of the Board of Directors of the Conference of Chief Justices and an elected member of the American Law Institute. Chief Justice Denton, your dedication to the law and your community serves as an example to all of our graduates, and we are honored to award you this Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, given this 22nd day of May, 2009. Congratulations. And I now invite the Honorable Dr. Federico Hernandez Denton to make this year's commencement address. Chief Justice.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am humbled with this honorary degree. I am very honored to join the Roger Williams community as an honorary degree recipient, and I am, of course, delighted to address this graduation ceremony. I am grateful to the President and to Dean David Logan and to the Board of Trustees of Roger Williams University School of Law for this wonderful distinction. I'm also particularly grateful to Judge Bruselia for his support, for his friendship, and for his wisdom. And of course, I would not be here if I could not be grateful to my wife, Isabel Picot, for her support, her wisdom, her company for, I can say, 45 years. 43 years. I'm also pleased to be among such distinguished guests, professors, and fellow judges, all of whom have made important contributions to society in both academia and public sphere. With all due respect to these distinguished personalities, my message today is for the class of 2009. Let me first congratulate you on your successful completion of demanding legal studies. And of course, I have to congratulate your parents, your friends, your family members, who I know share this important occasion with you, share the glory of this occasion. You have received a superb education at the only law school of Rhode Island. Certainly, as you receive your law degrees today and enter a new professional dimension, you will mark a new beginning in your lives, a commencement in every sense of the word. Your professors and fellow students have challenged and emboldened you, and they are very proud of this occasion. They have dared you to be the best lawyers you can be, to broaden your talents in public service or in private practice. Frequently in that process, your preconceptions are shattered, forcing you to look at legal and social problems from different and new perspectives. As part of your education, you have been called upon to devise new methods to confront diverse problems in society and in your personal lives. In sum, the legal education you have received at Roger Williams has empowered you to become the seers and inventors, the humanists and the politicians, and the entrepreneurs and philanthropists of the future. Our future will be better and brighter because of all of you. I am enormously pleased to see so many women in the graduating class of 2009. As the legal scholar Deborah Roth recently stated, the legal landscape has been totally transformed. According to statistics compiled in 2008 by the American Bar Association, more than 200 women are federal district and appeal court judges. Approximately 1/5 of the nation's law school deans and more than 45% of law firm associates are women. More women than usual are on President Obama's short list as he prepares to nominate his first Supreme Court justice. In Puerto Rico, 3 of the 7 Supreme Court justices are women. Today, the rising prominence of women in the legal profession is more relevant than ever, and I congratulate Roger Williams for contributing to this important trend. In another regard, we are all aware of the recent developments related to the global financial crisis. As you prepare to cross the thresholds that separates this beautiful campus from the gritty workplace, you should know that what lies ahead is neither a smooth or easy ride. There is much uncertainty in the legal job market. Many law firms are facing the difficult decisions of either laying off associates or closing whole divisions or departments of their practices. As Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Puerto Rico, I can assure you that the impact of the financial crisis on the legal profession goes well beyond private practice, seeping into the very foundations of the constitutional system of justice that we know today. As a result of the current economic downturn, most states and countries are facing budgetary shortfalls this year and severe fiscal problems that are likely to continue into the following year as well. Courts in most states and countries have not been exempt from this troubling reality, which has unfortunately been widely overlooked in the discussion in the newspapers and in all the different articles and by the media. That's why I think it is essential that I talk to you today about your role as young lawyers during these difficult and challenging times. The idealism, creativity, dynamism, hard work, and commitment your generation represents are instrumental in turning things around and leading the legal systems of your respective states into a new era. Specifically, I would like to discuss the importance of strong courts during this economic downturn and what you can do to contribute to the strengthening of our system of justice. This audience is well aware that our citizens depend on strong courts to uphold the Constitution, and that judges rule on cases fairly and impartially based solely on the facts and the law. Strong courts are an essential part of our democracy, for through the system of check and balances, they provide the vital balance in our constitutional system. This is why the judicial branch in every state and country must be independent of outside influences, be they popular prejudices or political interference. A fair and impartial legal system is crucial to maintaining the rule of law and expediently and effectively upholding the laws that govern societal relations. Still, we should never take a strong, independent judiciary and legal system for granted. Chief Justice Margaret Marshall of Massachusetts recently noted before the American Bar Association that a perfect storm of circumstances threatens much that we know or think we know about our American system of justice. The drastic revenue shortfalls currently facing the public sector pose an additional obstacle to an independent legal system. All public entities, including the judicial branches, must make painful and difficult choices to bear their fair share of the fiscal crisis. However, some courts are being asked to take on a heavier load, effectively threatening the stability and independence of the judiciary in those parts of the country. To operate within a reduced budget, the Chief Justice of Vermont ordered the Supreme Court, the District Court, and the Family Court in that state to close for half a day each week. Budget cuts in Florida have left hundreds of court personnel without jobs. In Minnesota, 3 judicial districts have been shut down for half a day each week. A courthouse has been permanently closed, and various civil arbitration services have been terminated. In Spain, judges went on strike, demanding better working conditions and new technologies for their courtrooms. Here in Rhode Island, the steep budget shortfalls could threaten the capacity of the Public Defender's Office to represent indigent clients throughout the state. These are just a few examples of how the economic recession has reached the courts in the United States and abroad. In most of these cases, such drastic measures were direct results of inadequate funding. They are examples not of judicial accountability, but of a looming crisis that can fundamentally alter the constitutional system of check and balances as we know. Judge Lernhand once warned us that, and I quote, "If we are to keep our democracy, there must be one commandment: thou shalt not ration justice." His words of wisdom are more relevant than ever today, as states and countries deal with a crisis of unprecedented proportions. Some courts are reaching the point of being almost unable to function at even minimally adequate levels. This is particularly more troubling during the times of financial distress, when people turn in even greater numbers to their courts and to the lawyers for relief and protection. Jonathan Lippman, Chief Judge of the Court of Appeals of the State of New York, recently compared the state courts, and I quote, to the emergency rooms for society's worst ailments: substance abuse, family violence, mental illness, mortgage foreclosures, and so many more, end of quotes. In Puerto Rico, this disconcerting trend is increasingly evident, and I know it's evident throughout the United States. We have had a substantial increase in home foreclosures, contract disputes, child support cases, and criminal cases related to robbery, burglary, and shoplifting. In the next few months, the government is considering announcing massive layoff of public employees, which will certainly increase the number of issues and cases that will overburden our courts. This is certainly a consequence of the economic situation. Fortunately, in our case, for the courts of Puerto Rico, we have a statute that allows us an automatic funding formula for the judicial branch, like the one in California, allowing us to undertake austerity measures without compromising the ability of courts to provide effective justice. This measure has proven to be an effective safeguard against the possibility of improper economic pressure on the judicial system. But the same cannot be said of other states and counties and other countries regarding the judicial systems. During these perilous times, our goal is to conduct business in a cost-effective and accessible manner that promotes institutional accountability and meaningful access to justice, as well as respect for our independence and the rule of law, which is quite a challenge for the judiciary. I urge you all graduates to support and to remember the importance of an independent judiciary for our constitutional system. Know that unless courts remain strong, impartial, accessible, and independent, your future clients and cases will be directly affected by the current fiscal crisis. An expeditious and efficient legal system depends on the strength of the judiciary and the administration of justice. Once again, I commend the class of 2009 for the achievements that we celebrate today. I invite each of you to continue supporting and defending the role of courts in our democracy. We need your support more than ever. Let me conclude with an inspiring thought from the great jurist Oliver Wendell Holmes, and I quote, "As life is action and passion," he said, "it is required of a man that he should share the passion and action of his time at peril of being judged not to have lived." My colleagues, if we want to preserve the legal system that has guaranteed and upheld the rule of law with independence and transparency, and of course, I think we all do, each of us and each of you must play a fundamental role. I urge you to reject complacency and to use your many talents to fortify and galvanize our system of justice. As President Obama so aptly emphasized in his commencement speech recently in Arizona State University, there is always more to be done, more to learn, and more to achieve. And of course, your body of work awaits you, and we know and we expect from each one of you that you will succeed in life and prove to your family members, to your professors, and to your whole community that you have become learned members of this community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief Justice Hernandez Denton, for your thoughtful remarks. At this point in the commencement ceremony, the 14th for this School of Law, I invite the valedictorian of the class, Jessica Sanford, to to now offer some remarks on behalf of her class, the great class of 2009.
I have made some wonderful friendships with a group of people that I admire and respect so much. I have been challenged by some of the most talented and remarkable professors that any law school could hope to have. And as it was for each of us, I imagine, law school became a routine of briefing cases and writing papers and studying for exams and wishing, at the very least, indigestion on Socrates for having invented this method of teaching. But life before law school for me, and I imagine for many of you, was very different. 5 years ago, I was a waitress. I hated it. I worked at a seafood restaurant on Cape Cod, and the chef had an anger management problem and didn't handle stress well. So I spent most nights hoping that things would go smoothly so he wouldn't start screaming at the waitstaff. At the time, I was also trying to finish my undergraduate degree that I had started 13 years before. It took 13 years and 5 different undergraduate colleges before I got my bachelor's degree. I had dropped out after having a child and getting married and having another child and a divorce and another marriage, and I was pretty sure that I wouldn't look all that compelling to any law school, really. So I'm really thankful that Roger Williams was willing to take a chance on me and let me come here. I know some of you were superstars before you came here, and you did really well in school, and you took all the right steps, and you came here to Roger Williams all put together. But I bet a lot of you feel the way I do, that the school took a risk in accepting you. And regardless how we came here, whether we came as a risk or as a sure thing, we all took a risk in accepting Roger Williams. The school is the #1 school in Rhode Island, but it's surrounded in Massachusetts and Connecticut by more established and higher ranked schools. But we thought the school was worth the risk, and the school thought we were worth the risk, and I think we were all right. The school did for me, and I hope for all of you, an amazing thing. It gave me a chance to redefine my career and remake my life to be what I had always hoped it could be. Taking the school up on that chance involved an incredible amount of work, and it was scary at times. Like the rest of Section A, I spent my first semester in civil procedure with white knuckles, and it didn't get any easier second semester when Professor Ritchie took over torts. It took a lot of work from family. I'm probably not the only one who needed to delegate the shopping and the cleaning and the cooking, and in my case, the parenting, largely to my husband. My family worked really hard to help me get through law school. My kids listened to me talk about legal issues. I don't know too many 9-year-olds who know the difference between a tort and a crime, but mine does. And I don't know too many 14-year-olds who would be happy to sit through a contracts class with me when I have school and he doesn't, but mine did. Some of this experience was exactly what I expected: the hard classes, the inordinate amount of work, the worry, and the near constant stress. But some of it I did not expect. I did not expect to find professors so engaged and invested in our success. I did not expect to find students so supportive and collegial. This has got to be the most supportive group of type A personalities with control issues that I've ever known. So our success has been a group effort. I was surprised by that, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful that Roger Williams provided us with an atmosphere of support that has permeated everything and everyone here. I'm grateful because I know there is at least one professor here, as Section A knows, who thinks we will be running the state in a few years. So let's not disappoint him. Let's not disappoint everyone at this school who invested so much time and energy in our success. Let's keep taking chances and make the most of the opportunity that this school has given us to change the course of our lives. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you, Jessica. As you prepare to leave the familiar grounds of the law school to undertake a career in the law, I challenge you to retain that sense of hope and optimism that you brought with you on the first day of law school. Remember the lessons taught about personal and professional responsibility, so that you will always be proud of who and what you are. And keep ever in mind that as a lawyer, you are empowered and indeed duty-bound to make a difference in the lives of the clients you will serve and the society in which you live. We will now confer the law degrees and present the degree candidates for the class of 2009. Would the candidates for the JD please rise? President Urschel, I certify on behalf of the faculty of the School of Law that these candidates are eligible for the degree of Juris Doctor.
By virtue of the authority granted by the State of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations and delegated to me by the Board of Trustees of Roger Williams University, I confer upon you the degree of Juris Doctor with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining hereto. Will the candidates please come forward? And Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, David Zalotnik, please present each candidate.
Andrea Lynn Marola Simister. Andrea Chase Westling, cum laude. Emily Marie Drossback. Ashley Ann Medeiros. Lane Christine Savage, LMCJ. Erin Beth McKenna, cum laude. Caitlin Marie Peachy. Bridget Elizabeth Mitchell. Joseph D. K. Derek Gary Poirier. Adam Joseph Duval. Ian Andrew Nuno. Dylan Cassidy Rademacher. Patrick Owen Flaherty. Michael Andrew Sliger. David Allen Cassell. Timothy Vincent Mahar, Jr. Michael Lewis Minot. Michael J. Richards, cum laude. Catherine A. Sulentic. Summa cum laude. What's that one? Jessica Dean Stanford, summa cum laude. Timothy C. St. Lawrence. Megan E. McDonough. Thomas R. Anderholt. Seth Thomas Aiken. Got it. Kimberly Renee Ahern. Jennifer L. Manning. Princey Valia Thodathil. Mira Garrett Bayonne. Rosa Elvira Arias. Anina S. L. Klein. Kenny M. Millord. Sarah Nicole Burke, magna cum laude. Gwendolyn M. Hancock, magna cum laude, LMMA. Stephanie J. Bowser, summa cum laude. Maureen Teresa McCran, magna cum laude. Kimberly Ann Petta, magna cum laude. Jennifer Lemieux, cum laude. Amy Christina Stewart, cum laude. Alicia Marie Schaffner, LMMA. David Ronald Petrarca, cum laude. Philip Curtis Robinson, cum laude. Alec P. Rice, magna cum laude. Alex R. Strauss. Craig Andrew Haney. Richard Edward Derrick. Thomas Matthew Ryder. Joseph Paul Murphy. Kyer P. Shaw. Stephen B. Nelson. Andrew C. Carberg, cum laude. Valerie Jordan. Karen Marie Shanley. Janine Castleman. Megan E. Kelly, cum laude. Jenna Marie Caffell. Lauren T. Vadaboncourt. Ashley Marie Parker. Carly Angelina Sokol. Jillian N. Taylor, cum laude. Carolyn Marie Rowe. Magna cum laude. Got it. Christina Irene Holtman, magna cum laude. Erica Curtis Avendolio. Christine Ann Beckel. Christine A. Maltby. Amanda Jane Argentieri, cum laude. Heather Marie Snyder. Gregory Michael Klipp. Rachel Renee Mailman. Courtney Teresa Connor. Catherine Lemery, cum laude. James Christopher Halligan. Ernest C. Yang Law. Donald James Epifano. Emmett D. Donnelly, cum laude.
Sounds like it looks.
Julian J. Castagnoli. Manford Benjamin Sussman. Andrew Lewis Loeb. Thomas Armand Murphy. Matthew Ryan Cannell. Payal Patel. Kyle A. Rocha. Patrick Thomas Paoletti. Owen Jerome Rice. Benjamin K. Lemke. William S. Boyd. Jonathan David Cecilini. Mario M. Martone. Amy Eileen Peltier. Yulmi Cho. Elizabeth Weber. James Allen Ward. Erica Lynn Pereira. Siobhan L. Gannon, magna cum laude. Alexandra W. Pizzello, summa cum laude. Sally Proudfit McDonald, cum laude. Scott M. Carlson, magna cum laude. H. Brian Dumere. Emily S.A. Thompson. Rodlin Alcidonis. We do have a few more. Michael Anthony Amalfitano. Jacob Daniel Gould. Diane Carol Stewart. Jennifer Lee Mata. Alicia Jean Clark. Alexandra Wilcox, cum laude. Lauren Michelle Rutherford. Abby S. Hodge. Megan Berger Kilsey. Christopher Michael DeVecchio. Matthew Hirsch Lazarus. Caitlin M. Connor. Andrew S. Marcaccio. Todd Douglas Small, magna cum laude. Amy Lynn Howes. Jonathan Thomas Lane. Robert E. Johnson IV. Amit Singh. Gordon S. Frazier. T. Michael Banks. Tyler Justin Smith. Scott Andrew Edley. Gregory Scott Martinez. Christopher G. Mulvaney. Devin Sipperly. Eric Matthew Seamus, cum laude. Dominic Naveau. Sonia Straub. John J. Bowser. Ian Thomas Canterbury. Adrian E. Bermudez Perez. Joseph Peter Lohman. Michael Joseph Maloney. James DiCarlo III. Kyle F. Correa. Robert Walter Clark. Benjamin D. Gwarrick, cum laude. Catherine H. Petit, magna cum laude. Jonathan David Kellerman. Adam Joseph Resmini, cum laude. Ronald Jason Resmini. Kevin Michael Bransley. Shannon L. Van Norman. Megan Hartzell Garland. Sean Thomas Hurley. Sean M. Pease. L. Evan Van Gauder, cum laude. Jason Ullman. Kristen Dana Bourne. Samuel Jacob Paris. Ronald A. Castellone. Micah Chaim Thomas. Dana Elizabeth Steffens. Eric Ryan Rothman. Brian Patrick Russell Eisenhower, magna cum laude. Kenneth James Amarigi. Lori Ann Carini. Daniel Richard Caswell, LMCJ. Gina Francesca DeGrande. Jeffrey Michael George. Nancy C. Malucci. Maureen A. Zatarga. Michael D. Tucker. Heath Aaron Hickson. Kyle Drew Nance. Jonathan S. Sussman. Daniel C. Bay. Mina Zhu. David Paul Demers. Michael Joseph McAtee. Scott James Vernon. James P. Flores. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2009.
As these commencement exercises draw to a close, let us salute the class of 2009 with one final round of applause. Then we would ask the audience to be seated and remain seated until the platform party and the graduates have filed out. Thank you very much.